You may have heard of Iowa State quarterback Brock Purdy, who hails from Perry High School in Gilbert and is currently mentioned among early Heisman speculations, but there's a similar name also mentioned, his younger brother Chubba. Chubba has committed to Florida State University to play for former Memphis coaches Mike Norvell and Kenny Dillingham, who also used to coach together at ASU. His senior season was nothing short of spectacular, leading all the 6A conference in passing yards with 3,369 and adding 1,054 rushing yards to make him a top 10 dual-threat quarterback prospect in the nation. With his play style, it's no surprise who Chubba looks to emulate right now.
Oh, Lamar Jackson. I like how he plays. He's a dual threat. He can use his legs, and he can make. This year, he proved that he can make great throws, and I'm just trying to really be like that as well, and just be able to make sure I'm a passer first, and then when I need to, I use my legs.
Chubba's father, Sean Purdy, being a former minor league pitcher, definitely helps his talent as a quarterback, but talent isn't what Sean thinks is Chubba's best quality.
He's a fierce competitor, as is our family amongst each other, so he's always, for starters, he doesn't like to lose, and he always wants to outdo his brother, so it's funny to listen to those two jaw back and forth. He's a fierce competitor.
With the whole family being competitive, it begs the question, can it get out of hand?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. They definitely pull for each other. Brock's Chubba's biggest fan, and Chubba's Brock's biggest fan. But it doesn't matter what it is. Those two, they're fierce competitors amongst each other, and yes, it does go too far sometimes.
Since Chubba was in 8th grade, he and Brock have both been coached by local private quarterback coach and former NFL quarterback Dan Minucci, who had similar experiences.
You can tell they're both very ingrained, very competitive when they're out here, and I can tell that Chubba would over try, and I have to say, hey, just gear down a little bit. You know, you're not going to outdo your brother right now. Someday you might be able to, but at that point in time, just a little subtle hints at Chubba would help him out.
Before committing to Florida State, Chubba also had an offer from Kansas State, which would have put him in the Big 12 Conference with Brock and gave the two a chance to play against each other.
I was not looking forward to that, as cool as everybody thinks it is, and the two brothers playing against each other. I'm a mess watching one kid. I can't imagine watching two, and then there has to be a winner on either side. So he would like to play his brother, no doubt.
Despite this competitive battle between siblings, the two stay in touch while Brock is away in Ames, Iowa.
Oh, me and Brock are really close. We FaceTime every night. We always play PS4 together, Madden, and all that kind of stuff. So he always corrects me. He watches my games live on the internet, and right after the game, I go to my phone. He's already texted me what I need to do, and he always tells me I did great, and then he always tells me what I need to fix.
Minucci said that Brock has always been one to remind Chubba of certain coaching topics he needs to work on, and that Chubba has always been very receptive to coaching. Despite the attention from Heisman speculators, Brock and Chubba are not distracted by the high praise.
First of all, we dismiss all those things, Heisman talk or being a starter. Same thing with Brock. My advice to both boys is go in and prepare yourself, regardless if you're 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, everything changes.
Sean also mentioned that the motto he gives them is simple: be ready. This will come in handy as Chubba joins a team already deep at quarterback with incumbent starter James Blackman and redshirt sophomore Jordan Travis, who has already played in 7 college games, including the Sun Bowl against ASU this past season. For Cronkite Sports, I'm Paul Helmers reporting.